Let me just begin by saying welcome to Ursuline Academy's inaugural Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Before we get too far down the road, how about a round of applause for everybody here tonight, please? Suffice to say, this is a pretty big deal. Hall of Fame. I don't care where it is, Ursuline Academy, NBA, NFL. It's a huge, huge deal. So tonight's honorees, congratulations to you all. Before we dive in, we get some quick housekeeping. We'd like you to be aware that tonight's event is being filmed for later viewing by friends and family. I'm also told, just in case anybody tries to pull a Will Smith moment, you should know. That's for my friend Peter Horton. You are being recorded, Peter. A link to the video will be available on Ursuline's YouTube channel later. As for me, who am I? It's a great question. Mike O'Connor's friend. Once upon a time, I was a sportscaster at Channel 56. In 2000-2006, I was the weekend sportscaster. And as a kid from West Roxbury, and I know there's some West Roxbury people in the house, Sullivan's in here. There's a reason Ursuline is special. Don't think for a second it ain't because of the West Roxbury people. But, you know, it was a great job, and I felt fortunate to have it. A lot of fun, tremendous experience. But you don't need to be a sportscaster to realize, again, how special tonight's occasion is. The Hall of Fame is a big deal. And trust me, I know, because my dad is a Hall of Fame member. My dad, class of 1953 at Mission High School. His team won the Tech Tournament. We got a good crowd here, too. So his team wins the Tech Tourney, which is today's version of the state championship in 1953. My dad's 88 years old. And when he was recently inducted, believe me when I tell you, there's not a day that goes by when he doesn't tell me about the fact that he's in the Hall of Fame. And the conversation is always the same. Hey, Jay, what's up there? Hall of Fame, huh? Pretty big deal, not bad. And my answer is always the same. He's absolutely right. Dad, you're absolutely right. And for everybody in this room, and I know you get it, but again, please, to those being inducted tonight, the Hall of Fame is a special, special thing. So again, to all of you, congratulations. So to answer the question, how did we get here tonight? Of course, a lot of hard work. Playing sports and coaching sports have been going on here at Ursuline since the 70s, which is pretty impressive. But last spring, a select group of well-qualified individuals got together to begin the process of establishing the school's first ever Hall of Fame. That group, I'm told, is here tonight. So it will be my pleasure to introduce them. So if the members of the Hall of Fame committee, the folks who so generously gave their time and oversaw the many steps to get to tonight, if those folks could stand when I say your name, that would be awesome. So we'll start with Paul Bimley. Paul, stay standing, Paul, to the first one. Soak it up, buddy. Soak it up. Nicole Norton Vermillion. Westy in the house. Andrea Boudreau. John Forte. Big night for John, I know that. Pat Gonzalez. Kate Levesque. And last but by no means the least, Mike O'Connor. Again, we wouldn't be here, couldn't be here tonight were it not for your hard work. So again, congratulations to the Hall of Fame committee. All right, so again, I say tonight's a huge night. It's a huge, huge, huge night. 9 Ursuline Academy Athletic Hall of Fame members, the first to be inducted into this prestigious inaugural class of 2022, also as part of Ursuline's 75th anniversary celebration. A lot of great stuff going on. At this time, though, it's my pleasure to introduce Kate Levesque, Ursuline's head of school and an alumna herself from the class of 1977.
Thanks, Jamie. You don't have to give my class year every time, though. So. Tonight is a first for Ursuline, and it's a big first, for it speaks volumes about the progress that our athletic program has made over the years. I'd like to thank my fellow committee members. They put me on that committee just because they're nice to me, but the folks who stood up a few minutes ago, they're the ones who did all the heavy lifting to make tonight come to fruition. I'd like to give a very special thank you to one particular committee member because he has been insisting for years that our athletes deserve this. So Mike O'Connor, to you, a very special thanks. And a warm and heartfelt congratulations to all of our inductees tonight. I have seen more people here tonight, and it's just, I don't know if it's because of the pandemic, it's just really good to be back together in person and to celebrate Ursuline that binds us together. Our inductees are amazing, both on and off the court. Their talents are impressive, and they've helped elevate our athletic program. I'd be remiss, too, if I didn't thank those who have financially supported our athletic program. We're here tonight with the resources that we have because of the continued generosity of those who support athletics. And I would also be remiss if I did not tell you that in the inside back cover of your program booklet, there's something called a QR code. So if you too would like to support athletics, you can do that easily here tonight while we're here. In just a couple minutes, Mike is going to share more about our athletic program. And we know that Ursuline has long been known for academics and faith formation. But increasingly, we as a society have realized that athletics play a huge part in the development of the whole person. Some of the stats that Mike will share bear repeating. We now have 14 different sports offered here at Ursuline, 27 teams, and over 70% of our students play at least one sport. Amazing. Think of what that translates to in terms of life lessons. Leadership, collaboration, character development, hard work and sacrifice, putting the greater good of the team ahead of the glory of the individual. As adults, I think we can agree that there is such value to these lessons, and Ursuline's athletics program has provided those lessons to hundreds, and I dare say probably thousands of young women. Combine that spirit with a bright mind and a spirit of serviam, and I think you have a winning combination. I must confess, I don't remember all the details of playing sports here. 70s were huge to do is share with you how far our athletics program has come. And so, done by some of our students here, we have captured the voices and images of today's athletics program. So you'll hear from some of our current student athletes.
Well, honestly, during practices, just looking up at the banners and knowing that we're in these positions, both as students and as athletes, they were able to achieve so much, just pushes me and my team to want to do that and to try and get on the banners as well for future generations. So, yeah.
It's just really paved the way for our student athletes now, and they've really come up with a good formula on how we can manage our hard academics while succeeding athletically.
I would love to be viewed as a role model, not only on the field, but also off the field. A great person for them to look up to, and also someone that they can turn to when they ever need help.
I would hope to inspire younger players to see that sports are more than just a sport. Really, it's about the team, the friendships are made, learning that skill of selflessness that we can use throughout our future.
If I had to give advice to future athletes, I would say enjoy your sport because it's a short season. So have fun and try and bond with the other members of your team.
Well, I would say definitely to try to think and don't be afraid to test all of your comfort zones. You never know what little leg what's going to be for your head in track. And also, well, people, they're working hard and putting in the better.
One piece of advice that I'd give to the younger athletes is just to have fun. Only 4 years you have here, and that's so many seasons, so just have fun because the second you think about it, 4 years are up. I only have one more season of lacrosse, and it's just crazy how fast it's gone, so just enjoy the time with your team and just enjoy the time you have right now.
Makes a lot of other things. Do what you need. Don't feel like it's your necessary thing. Play with the team here like
Try your hardest. It doesn't matter if you're the best on the field and if you get recognized with awards, as long as you're doing your best and believe that you are the best athlete and person you can be, you're already winning.
It's amazing what students can do with an iPhone and when they get their friends to sit down and cooperate. What we did have when I was here at Ursuline that I do remember really clearly was our gym class. And there were some of my classmates here from the class of 77 and others from the 70s. I have to say we wore the ugliest, most shapeless, baggy green cotton knit shorts and ugly striped t-shirts. We put on these funny-looking pins when we were divided up into two teams. We looked pretty dorkish, and I think the sisters did that so that no one would think that they were vain or whatever. But we had such incredibly fond memories of our gym class. The real reason our gym classes, though, were so much fun, at least when I was here, was because of a remarkable young woman. A few years ahead of me, actually 7 to be exact, a young student named Susan Ketchpole graduated from Ursuline, then went on to attend Bridgewater State College. And then from there, she went on to play semi-pro softball with the Drifters. But she returned to Ursuline to teach phys ed, or gym class, from 1974 to 1978. Sue had an enormous grin on her face most of the time. She had a mischievous spirit, and she had a way of making everyone laugh. In gym class, it didn't matter if you had 2 left feet or no hand-eye coordination. Sue encouraged you to just try and try again. I was a bit of a nerd, quite honestly, and Sue was the one who got me to not take myself too seriously. For us students, Sue was pure joy, pure joy. And from the teams she coached, she brought out the very best. In 1977, Ursuline's varsity volleyball team had only been in existence for 3 years. But that season, coached by Sue Ketchpole, they posted a record of 10 wins, 2 losses, and clinched the championship of the Catholic Suburban League, winning in their final game over Mount St. Joseph's of Brighton. We have 2 members of that team here tonight, Regina Sullivan and Claire Adams. So let's recognize their early members. Sue's unique combination of strength, humor, and compassion inspired Ursuline's young women to become leaders, to lift one another up, and to forge strong friendships. She was innovative and forward-thinking, and she instilled in students the value of integrity through fair play. It is for that legacy of support and encouragement of those early student athletes that we recognize Susan Catchpole, class of 1970, and induct her this evening posthumously into Ursuline's Athletic Hall of Fame. Please stay standing for a brief minute, because here with us tonight to accept the award for Sue is her lifelong partner, Carol Mather. Carol, would you join us?
Okay, thank you for that beautiful tribute. Ursuline certainly has come a long way since those early days. And here to bring us up to speed with where Ursuline is today is none other than Athletic Director Michael O'Connor. Mike, come on up.
Good evening. Thank you all for coming tonight. On behalf of all of us here at Ursuline, we really appreciate your presence and hope you enjoy the evening. Before I get into my remarks, when you have a chance to look at your booklet, you'll see a picture of Jamie Keneally. It's probably one of the few times you'll see him wearing a hat as a Boston police officer. Full story, Jamie got hired back in the mid-90s when President Clinton was in office. He got hired under a federal bill hiring 100,000 new police officers back in the 90s. Jamie was selected by the Boston Police Department to go down to Washington, D.C. Uniform, young guy, strapping, really looks good in the uniform. He forgot to bring his hat. So he's standing next to President Clinton in a picture, and the only one in the group picture without their hat is my good friend Jamie Keneally. Jamie was a good police officer. He epitomizes what community policing is all about. He and I had the pleasure of working together many years, and he is giving me a break tonight because he emceed my retirement party, and I'm still hearing comment on my retirement party for what he did to me that night. So, Jamie, thank you. But again, on a more serious note, I also want to acknowledge and thank Patricia Gonzalez. Pat's sitting over here somewhere. Pat. I'd be remiss if I didn't acknowledge Pat. She set me up really good coming here. I inherited John Forte and Marisol Henderson Rios and Pat. You were great to hire the two of them, and I've been able to talk them in to keep coming back every year. So, Pat, thank you very much. There have been many changes at Ursuline since our inductees were here as students. First and foremost is this beautiful facility. You remember the auditorium, now known as Angela Hall? You could barely put a chair against the wall and it would reach out onto the court. If you haven't had a chance tonight to tour the facilities, please do. This is a wonderful facility with a great fitness center upstairs. As Kate alluded to, the program has come a long way. We have 14 interscholastic sports. Here in the fall, we offer cross-country, field hockey, soccer, swimming and diving, and volleyball, all in the fall. In the winter, basketball, ice hockey, skiing, and winter track. In the spring, golf, lacrosse, softball, tennis, and track and field. Again, all in the spring. In some of these sports, we have multiple teams for a total of 27 different individual teams. The last few years, we've averaged 72% of our student body playing at least one sport. Most of these girls play double or triple sports, one in each season. We've had 5 coaches over the last few years selected as Coaches of the Year by the Boston Globe and the MIAA. As you look above tonight at the various banners, please, I hope you do, you will see your success as inductees, but you'll also see the success of many of the student athletes after you, between the record board for swimming and diving, the cross-country, winter track, track and field, and the different banners. The school has made a major commitment to athletics. This building speaks for itself, as well as our fitness center on the second floor. In addition, we now have a full-time trainer who also serves as the assistant athletic director. We participate in sports with other Ursuline schools, both in basketball and lacrosse. In lacrosse, we travel to St. Louis, Wilmington, Delaware, and New Rochelle, New York. Basketball, we travel to New Rochelle, New York, and in next January, we're traveling to Dallas, Texas. I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about one of our trips to New Rochelle, New York. One of our inductees is here tonight, who was the coach of that team. And I really appreciated the fact that her and the assistant coach took time off from work to come with the team down to New Rochelle, New York. And I felt really bad that these 2 young ladies were down here. They kind of lost their whole weekend. So I was a nice guy, and I said, you know what, Caitlin, why don't you and Michelle go out for an hour or 2? I'll stay, make sure everything is okay. That was 6 o'clock at night on a Saturday night. I'm still reading my book at 11:30 in the lobby at New Rochelle. Caitlin and Michelle, thank God they came back. They did come back. We won't talk about anything other than that they did come back. But I say that because we could not do those trips without people like Caitlin, and the other person that also does a lot of trips for us is one of the inductees tonight, Marisol Williams-Henderson, and I'll talk about her in a minute. One of our other coaches, who has been we've had a lot of success, but one of the other coaches who's come back when I needed a coach, is Liz Montgomery. Liz is here somewhere. Liz is over there. It's gotten so bad that when I was calling Liz to see if I'd get her to come back from a sport, when she heard it was for me, the first thing she said was, I am not coaching this year. I don't have the time. But she would come back and coach. The funny thing with Liz is, if you know Liz, quiet, unassuming, great personality. There was an incident at a soccer game in the fall, somewhere out beyond Westwood, I forget where. And I heard from the other AD from the school, he called me the next day to apologize. Because there was an incident at the game, the referee was 100% wrong, and your coach, he really kind of got on your coach. I said, okay. I said, what happened? He told me, he said, oh, don't worry about your coach. She took care of the referee pretty quickly. And if you know Liz, that's not Liz's makeup, but don't mess with Liz, because she'll deal with the issue. Liz's husband can vouch for that. Okay, that's good. We've had a lot of success, as I said, here at Ursuline. This past week, one of our hockey players got the Hobie Baker Award, the character. First time in Ursuline history that we've had someone do it. But I guess in my 12 years here at Ursuline, what I'm most proud of is our student participation rate that Kate alluded to at 72%, and for our consistent recognition of sportsmanship. You can see from the banner overhead to my right the number of years that we get recognized for sportsmanship. And in the crazy world we live in today, that's not necessarily very easy. By getting that banner updated every year, that means neither a coach nor a player get ejected from a game. And you might say, oh, that's not that big of a deal. Really? Read the newspapers. It is a big deal. I've never lost sight of the fact that the girls and the coach have done a wonderful job. 2 weeks ago, we were recognized by the MIAA for the sportsmanship in District 6 of the league we're in. We were selected by all the other teams in the league for our sportsmanship. 53 teams are in our division. It says quite a bit about the girls and the coaching staff here at Ursuline. If you follow high school sports, you know that there have been many changes. We are still in the MIAA, and now they have what they call the power rankings. Something like the NCAA's Final 64, or 66, whatever it is now. There are no more sectional tournaments. There are no more North, South, East, West division championships. You put in a division, and you play the teams in that division. You get selected not only on your record, but on the record of your opponents, as they say, their strength of schedule. This year, our varsity soccer team qualified for the state tournament, hosted a game, we won it, and who will be playing next? South Hadley, Massachusetts. And if you don't know where South Hadley is, it's beyond Westover Air Force Base. 2+ hours later, we left here and we made it to the soccer field. I'm very happy to say that the coach pulled a major upset. We defeated him, we moved on, and lost finally in the quarterfinals against Foxborough in a 1-0 game. But it was an exciting season. But my point is, that's what's changing in high school sports. They put you in divisions, and for whatever reason, you get placed in a division, and then you have to face the other schools that are in that division. All of you that have been inducted this evening worked hard to have the athletic success that you've achieved. Both here at Ursuline, and let's not kid ourselves, a lot of you had to do it on your own after Ursuline. I know you all agree with me that your parents and guardians, and in some cases your spouses, made many sacrifices, both academically and athletically, to help you succeed. And succeed you have. That's why you're here tonight. So tonight is your night. And we at Ursuline could not be happier and proud to recognize all of you being inducted. Before we recognize the 2 coaches being inducted, I would like to recognize the one coach here at Ursuline, or who was here at Ursuline, who is not being inducted tonight, but who has the highest winning percentage of any Ursuline coach. This gentleman was the head basketball coach for many years at Capital Memorial High School, and he's now the assistant varsity coach at Noble and Greeno. Tonight he's probably commonly referred to as Kristen Gately's father-in-law. He's also a member of the Massachusetts Basketball Coaches Hall of Fame. It's my pleasure to introduce Joe Day. If Joe would just stand up here somewhere, Joe. Joe, there's Joe. Full disclosure behind that story, Joe stepped in as our varsity tennis coach one year. We had an issue that I needed someone to coach. I know nothing about tennis, full disclosure. Joe stepped in. Full disclosure, if I remember correctly, Joe, you said to me, Mike, there's more talent on this Ursuline tennis team than I've ever seen during my time coaching at CM. So, Joe, thank you very much. The athletic success, as evidenced by this room full of banners and trophies, does not happen by chance. John Forte has been Ursuline Academy's varsity soccer coach for 17 years, with a record of 186 wins, 106 losses, and 32 ties. While coaching for Ursuline, John was awarded the 2018-2019 MIAA Girls Soccer Coach of the Year. No easy task for a small little school on Louder Street. He coached his team to the 2013 Division IV South Championship and was named the 2012 Boston Globe Division III Coach of the Year. In addition to coaching the Ursuline Bears, John spends much of his free time volunteering for the St. Vincent de Paul Society out of St. Mary's Parish in Franklin, the Knights of Columbus, Council 1847, Franklin CPAC President and Vice President, and coaching youth soccer, basketball, baseball, and softball. John is the Director of Operations at Train Computing Systems, and he enjoys gardening, kayaking, hiking, and freshwater fishing. He's a graduate of Xaverian Brothers High School and Babson College. His daughter Alicia Forte, a graduate of Ursuline, class of 2006, actually coached for us for a few years as his assistant. And I'm happy and proud to say his brother Chris has been our JV coach for 9 years. One thing I have to say about John Forte, and I guess this is the ultimate, when referees come here, I always introduce myself, tell them we're always standing, and if there's an issue, and they always say, you know what, your coach is a classy guy. We always enjoyed coming here to referee at Ursuline. We know there'll be no issues, and it's a tribute to John and to the players he coached. For his inspirational coaching, the committee is honored to welcome John Forte into the Athletic Hall of Fame. John? I've had the pleasure of working with many wonderful coaches here at Ursuline. And the next person is the person I probably have the most unusual relationship with. No one sends me more emails than this woman. Weekends, days, nights, whatever. For the last 4 years, she's retired as our lacrosse coach. And for the last 4 years, Liz, she never says I can't coach anymore. She says it, but then I'm usually able to get her to come back. Marisol Rios Henderson began coaching at Ursuline in 2008. I was fortunate that Pat Gonzalez hired her. She started off as a junior varsity soccer coach and continued in this role for the next 5 years. I came in 2010. She then moved on to the varsity lacrosse position from 2012 to 2016, and then again from 2018 to the present. Also filling in 1 year as a junior high soccer coach in 2015. In 2018, the lacrosse team received the MIA Sportsmanship Award at Boston University. As she says, it's one of the proudest moments she had as a coach was to have the team recognized for that honor. I remember walking across the field at BU. She invited me to come. I think she had to because I drove minibus with the team. That's a whole other story. But she invited me out in the field, and it's kind of cool. Across the field with about 800 people in the stands watching the Division I and Division II lacrosse games. And we get called out and the girls get recognized for their sportsmanship. Marisol earned her Bachelor of Arts degree from Stonehill College in 2005 and currently works as a K to 6th grade Spanish teacher at Blessed Sacrament School in Walpole. Previously, she has taught at Oliver Ames High School, the Coakley Middle School, and Eleanor Johnson Middle School. Through Stonehill College, she participates in various community service activities, including an annual gift wrapping event at Christmas and a backpack collection drive, which inspired her to organize her own backpack collection drive in 2020, collecting and filling 65 backpacks for local students in need. She's an active member of the Parent Collaborative at Blessed Sacrament School, volunteering in a variety of school activities. She's a craftaholic by night. I don't know where you find the time. She's a craftaholic by night, a big Golden State Warriors fan, and enjoys spending time with her family. One other thing I gotta say from Marisol Henderson, we travel on lacrosse trips quite a bit. I could not do that without the cooperation of Marisol Rios Henderson. Picture yourself, me as a guy, taking 20 teenage girls on a lacrosse trip. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. And if you look, 3 of her 4 children are here tonight. I think Bryce is the oldest at 8 or 9 years old, Bryce. Those kids came on the trips. We had to make it work. And she would bring her husband along so he could watch the kids while she could coach. If there was ever a role model for Ursuline girls between her serviam and giving back, I don't know of a finer person than Marisol Rios Henderson.
Congratulations again to Coach Forte and Coach Henderson. That's just awesome. All right, so our next induction is going to be a team award. And before we get to that, I just have to say, growing up in Boston, Mike Lynch was one of my favorite sportscasters. The thing I loved and appreciated about Mike Lynch from Channel 5 is that nobody spent more time in covering high school sports better than lynching, as everybody knows. His High Five sports segments, which aired every Friday, were, must watch, must see TV. And if you were lucky enough to be featured in one of his High Five segments, and that's about as great as it gets. Now, speaking of those segments, I'm told Mike Lynch has a video message for us tonight for a certain team that did some pretty special stuff way back in 2005. So please focus your attention on the big screen.
Hello, ladies. It's your old friend Mike Lynch from Channel 5 Sports here. Who's got basketball in his hands? That's appropriate, because it seems like yesterday we were standing on the steps of the school, conducting the high five, celebrating your state championship, and all that goes along with it. Boy, that was one of my favorite high fives of all time. The way you ladies came together, galvanized as a team, and got the whole school behind you. Nothing beats it. And I'm sure that feeling is still resonating inside all of you to this very day. And I would also like to congratulate each and every one of you for being inducted into the school's Hall of Fame. What a great honor that is, to go in together as a team. Think of all the things that went into this, all the practices, all the workouts, all the bus rides, all the team dinners, all the dramatic victories. What a great feeling it is. So congratulations, ladies, and I hope good things keep happening for all of you, and you all stay healthy and be well. And congratulations from Colin and Mike. Bye, ladies. Congratulations.
That was pretty awesome, huh? Who said it was all about the pop collar? I heard pop collar over there. No question it was all about the pop collar. All right, for their exceptional achievement, team play, teamwork, team chemistry, it is with great pleasure that we introduce to you the 2005 state championship basketball team for their induction into the Ursuline Academy Athletic Hall of Fame. So when you hear your name, please come to the stage. Mike will make the presentation. So we'll begin with the coaching staff. Head coach, John D. Pasquale. Assistant coach, Mike Trotta. Assistant coach, Lynn Smith. One ad lib. Mike Trotter and his wife donated over there in the corner, Dr. Dish, the basketball shooting machine. It came in yesterday afternoon. So he didn't want to acknowledge it. I think it needs to be acknowledged. It was a very generous donation to the basketball program at Ursuline Academy. So Mike and Mrs. Trotter, thank you. To the players, Betsy Brennan, class of 06. Caitlin Burchell, class of 08. Kathleen Porter Garrow, class of 07. Molly Griffith, class of 07. Jacqueline Horahan, class of 06. Megan Lowry, JAG, class of 05. Elizabeth Montgomery Jensen, class of 05. Margaret Keaveney, class of 05. Rebecca Aha Lay, class of 07. Julie McDonald, class of 06. Catherine Nickley, class of 05. Katie O'Malley, class of 07. And last but not least, Nicole Norton Vermillion, class of 05. Now, I'm told Betsy, Kathleen, and Molly could not be with us this evening, but we will get their awards to them. That said, though, ladies and gentlemen, your 2005 state champions and newest inductees of the Ursuline Academy Athletic Fame. So it should be noted the presentations of the awards in their hand are pieces of the hardwood from the old war. So pretty. the 2005 state champions, everybody. All right, so I'm told that breaking news, Julie McDonald will be the next MC of the next Hall of Fame induction ceremony. So she just found out. All right, it's been a great night, but we still have some more inductees to get to. 5 individual athletes worthy of the Hall of Fame induction. The Hall of Fame committee is proud to announce our first individual athlete inductee. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Kristen Gately. To say Kristen dominated the swimming pool most certainly would be an understatement. A state champion on the swim and dive team during her years at Ursuline. Kristen has, get this, 7 state titles to her name. How impressive is that? As a senior, she helped the team to an undefeated 11-0 season, winning the league, taking second place at the sectionals and 4th place at the states. After Ursuline, Kristen went on to Harvard College. Very impressive. Harvard College, where she was captain of the swimming and diving team her junior and senior seasons. She earned an AB in American History and later her MA in World History from Boston College. That you should say BA. Kristen has taught at Thayer Academy in Braintree, Massachusetts since 2000 and is currently the Dean of Students, a sophomore class co-dean, and a teacher of world and United States history. Ladies and gentlemen, the Hall of Fame committee is extremely proud to welcome Kristen Gately, class of 1991, into Ursuline's Athletic Hall of Fame. Congratulations again, Kristen. Our next Hall of Fame inductee. Please make some noise for Molly Griffiths. Wherever she is, I'm sure she heard that. A 4-year varsity basketball starter, 2-time captain for Ursuline. Molly also played varsity softball and ran outdoor track. Okay. You ready? She's ready. If you're wondering about or asking yourself who is Ursuline's all-time leading scorer in basketball, well, there's your answer. During her career, she scored an astounding 1,500 points and pulled down over 1,200 rebounds. In 2005, as you already know, she led the Ursuline to its first ever state championship, scoring a game-high 22 points in the championship game. A Boston Herald Scholastic her senior year, Molly was an incredible team captain, but an even better student, community member, and friend. After Ursuline, Molly continued to play basketball at Assumption University, where she was also a 4-year starter and 2-year captain. Molly currently works as a human resources leader at RSM US LLP. She's an active board member of both the RSM Boston Foundation as well as the Harvard-Kent Partnership, which are both philanthropic organizations supporting our young people in the city of Boston. Ladies and gentlemen, the Hall of Fame Committee is proud to welcome Molly Griffith's class of 2007 into the Ursuline Academy Hall of Fame. As you know, Molly can be here tonight because she's getting married in May, and she had a bachelorette party scheduled for the weekend. But here tonight to accept the award in her honor, her parents, Jera and Bill Griffith. Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Griffith. Our next Hall of Fame inductee. Please make some noise for Catherine Kenny. A member of the varsity swim team for 5 years. Do the math, from 8th to 12th grade, Catherine competed in the state tournament every year, scoring hundreds of points for her team while proving to be an absolute stud. After Ursuline, Katie earned her BS in Health Sciences and Doctorate of Physical Therapy from Boston University. She's a physical therapist in the intensive care unit at the Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center in Boston. While at BU, she was named to the America East Academic Honor Roll for 2012-2013, Patriot League Academic Honor Roll 2014-2015, and was a Boston University Scarlet Key recipient in 2015. Katie took part in several volunteer and community outreach opportunities through BU Athletics, including a reading program during the holiday season where the BU swim and dive team visited local elementary schools to read with the kids and donate books. Ladies and gentlemen, again, it is the Hall of Fame Committee's great honor to welcome Catherine Kenny, class of 2011, into the Ursuline Academy Athletic Hall of Fame. Our next Hall of Fame inductee. Please make some noise for Elaine Pagliarulo. As a student, she was a standout member and captain of Ursuline's varsity basketball, soccer, and softball teams. Wow. Among her many accolades during her career are as follows: Catholic Conference All-Star in softball, Catholic Conference All-Star in basketball, 3-time Catholic Conference basketball leading scorer, 4-time Dedham Daily Transcript basketball All-Star, and the first player in Ursuline history to score 1,000 points in a career. After a BA from Providence College in social work, she earned a Master's of Education in School Guidance Counseling and a Certificate of Advanced Graduate Studies in School Adjustment Counseling from UMass Boston. addition to a career as an assistant principal and guidance counselor at the Southwell School in Braintree and as program supervisor at the West Roxbury Community Center, Elaine has spent much of her adult life coaching, mentoring, and making a difference in the lives of young people. She returned to Ursuline as an assistant varsity basketball coach during the 2000-2001 season and served as varsity basketball coach at Mount Alvernia from 2004 to 2008, during which time she was named the 2006 Boston Globe Coach of the Year. Pretty impressive. From 2008 to 2018, Elaine was also the associate women's basketball coach at Emerson College. Some impressive stuff for sure. Ladies and gentlemen, the Hall of Fame committee is extremely proud to welcome Elaine Pagliarulo, class of 1993. I just said to Elaine, wow, you're good. And she said, yeah, I was. All right, our final Hall of Fame inductee. Please put your hands together for Caitlin Murphy-Belair. Voted Ursuline's most promising young athlete in the 7th grade, Caitlin certainly went on to fulfill that promise, becoming a member of 3 varsity teams, swimming, basketball, and softball, all as an 8th grader. On the swim team, she was captain her senior year, led the team to a championship in 2002, earned 3 Daily News Transcript All-Star Awards and Southern Swim Conference All-Star recognition. On the hardwood, in basketball, she was named captain of the varsity team as a freshman, became the 3rd Ursuline player in school history to reach the 1,000-point mark, and she was named team MVP all 4 years and was a 4-time Catholic Conference All-Star. Mercy. On the softball field, her teammates elected her captain in her sophomore year. A Daily News Transcript All-Star as an 8th grader, Caitlin continued to receive All-Star status all 4 years of high school. So yes, do the math. A 5-time Daily News All-Star is pretty impressive to say the least. Caitlin was also a 2-time team MVP. After Ursuline, she went on to Bates College, earned a master's degree in education from American International College, and has been an 8th grade history teacher at the O'Donnell Middle School in Stoughton, Mass. for the past 15 years. From 2011 to 2016, she also served as basketball coach here at Ursuline. Ladies and gentlemen, the Hall of Fame committee is proud to welcome Caitlin Murphy-Belair, class of 2003, to the Hall of Fame. What a night. Again, how about some love for all tonight's inductees? It has been an absolute privilege to host this phenomenal event this evening. Again, congratulations to all of our inductees. It's been a phenomenal night. Thank you all for coming. God bless the Ursuline Academy Bears. Good night, everybody.